Hey everybody, about to talk about the DeWalt and the Milwaukee track saws, what I like, what I don't like. First, we're going to start off with the Milwaukee. Now, I'm not a real fan. I don't mind the action. And what I mean by that is the downward action on the saw. It's real smooth. All right, so far that hasn't been a big problem. Okay, that's what I think it's all right. I'm not a big fan of the big case it has, and I'll explain that. Is a lot of times dust and the stuff gets stuck up in here, right, which causes the saw to bind. Or right now, look, it won't go down. It won't come retract all the way because there's a lot of dust up in here. Okay, that's just a matter. That's more of a maintenance thing, you know, for me. But when you use it every day a lot, it's a problem. Even if you put the vacuum on, it doesn't really change anything. Okay, so but otherwise the saw works fine. It just doesn't. It's not what I prefer. Like I said, it's got a great battery platform, etc., etc. Now, not too sure if Milwaukee is. I'm sure they're not manufacturing the guide or the track, as they say, themselves. Track, not a huge fan of it. All right, it does lock in nice, but you can only cut on one side. You can't cut on the back side. So I'll show you in a minute. Another thing I don't like, the bottom. These two little strips, they're supposed to be a cut. Oh, look, a cut strip here that goes on. It was on here 3 days, fell off. Just, and as far as sizing, the DeWalt has it beat. This is a 55, maybe, I believe. Pretty sure it is, or maybe even less than that. Okay, so you really want a longer one if you can help it. It's good for cutting short stock, but for us, it doesn't work. Okay, now, like I said, and another thing I've noticed too is Home Depot is selling the actual saw in the store. Okay, but they don't sell the track. That doesn't make no sense. Okay, now that's kind of what a lot of the likes and dislikes with that particular product. Now, let's get into the DeWalt, and you're probably going to say, Tom, that's crazy. When I tell you, this is how we have ours set up. We've taken the front piece off. That's on us. You know, we always have safety equipment on, eyeglasses, etc. We were having the same problem. So it's not just them, it's these guys too. With stuff getting caught, doesn't retract all the way. Now I should tell you is that we build decks, composite decks. So that composite material gets stuck in these channels and bogs the saw down and also causes the saw not to work properly. So this is the solution for us. Okay, we've taken that one out. It gets clogged up immediately. Doesn't work for us. So I use this in the shop when my job site trailer is out with the tracks on it. We'll use this, or we'll use our Delta table saw. Now, you know, my main complaint with this was the track. I didn't like the track, right? This is the DeWalt track. You can cut on either side. This is the bottom. Cut strips on both sides, and right in the center. Now, the center. I mean, I should say you have the grip in the center, which is fine because that's where the weight of the saw is, and it keeps this pretty solid. Also, now we have this, and we have a 120-inch one, which is like 10 feet, that we keep inside our job trailer. That's what we use when we're out in the field on the decks. Now, the problem is, you know, Lowe's, Home Depot, none of these guys have their saw in stock at all. So this is something I had to order online. Then I had to order the guides online also. I ordered this one, and I ordered the 10-foot one, which took almost a month and a half to get in. It had to come common freight. It was a real nightmare. So be aware that's a problem. But for us, this seems to be the best tool out in the field. And the reason I say it, because we take the guard off, the track is so much better on the DeWalt than it is on here. Like I said, I'm sure Milwaukee has somebody that makes this for it. And same with these guys. But they're 90 of 100 Milwaukee products we own, maybe 97 are a success, and there's 3 that aren't, or just not as good or whatever. And they're real good with their warranty. In fact, I've sent some things back. They come back in a pretty timely manner. So another company we do send some stuff back to, kind of takes their time. So I'm not going to demonstrate the usage of the saw because I'm you know how it works. But that's pretty much it with that. Like I said, this is our pick. This is what we do, and for what the application we use it for is we do composite decks, regular decks, pressure treated, etc., etc. And our fix was to take the guide off, and this way it keeps the, like I said, keeps the composite from getting gunked in there and bogging the saw down and actually causing the saw not to work. Now this saw gets used a lot. Like I said, it's our go-to. I like the way it locks. I'm comfortable with the way it locks. This track never has slid on us. This track has. Now I've tried using this. We were going to bring this into the field. I tried it on some composite. This track did slide on the composite. Maybe it was just the situation. I don't know. Like I said, that's where we're going from there. Price-wise, they're pretty close in price too. And like I said, 97% of our tools are Milwaukee. So for us to have a different tool with a different brand, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But like I said, every company has something they're really good at and has something they're not so good at. So we literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tool brands. So I probably have 4 different battery platforms that we use. We have the Makita, we have the Flex, we have the DeWalt, we have the Metabo, and we have the Milwaukee. So I try to find the best tools for the job, and those are the tools we use in our truck. If you see someday when we do a job site trailer and see the what's inside of that, you'll be able to get an idea. We just try to pick the best things. But we were asked to do a video on this because I made a comment in another YouTuber's comment section. Vince from BCG, check him out. Check his channel out. Like I said, guys, we don't really put a lot of videos out. We would love to if we were, like I said, if we were, we could get a bunch of subscribers. Yeah, we would, because we build that. There's tons of content we can do. But I just don't have the time to just sit around and make videos unless it's gonna be worth it for me. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one, if there is a next one, right? You never know. Tomorrow's not promised.